Previously on Live to Give, back to reality. Having voted out Sarah, the old Chaska alliance was firmly in the majority, while Brett and Renzo were in need of a lifeline. At the Live to Give auction, they got just that, as a surprise swap split the remaining players into 3 new tribes of 5. Players received much needed food, some less than stellar items, but most importantly, a trip to the movies that kept Noah, Ryan C., and Ryan W. safe. While they were away on a cinematic adventure of a lifetime, chaos was happening back at camp. At New Edina, Brett, now in power, was torn between his options: work with Kim and cement their alliance, or create a new relationship aligned with Tom, or to vote out Steve, again. At the new Chaska, everyone was a threat. Marquise and Kelly had a tentative alliance, while Renzo and Kayla were out to save themselves.
I literally have to adjust my entire game plan from this morning.
At New Winona, Chad approached Corinne with a proposal to take out a covenant enemy, Old Edina members Karen and Chapman. Corinne was on board at first, even admitting to Chad that she had an idol. But once word got out and her idol was no longer secret, Corinne was entirely unsure of which way to go. At Tribal Council, 3 tribes made 3 difficult decisions. Brett secured his bonds with Steve and Kim, blindsiding Tom. Marquise and Kelly overcame their differences, taking out one of the biggest threats of the game, Kayla. Corinne was convinced to stick with Chapman and Karen, taking out Chad, who became the second member of the jury. As the competition heats up, alliances are being tested, relationships are changing, and the competition is tougher than ever. 12 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
So,
do you want to chat?
yeah, let's chat. So who'd you vote for?
I voted for you.
I knew you did.
Yep.
I'm glad you didn't lie.
Yep. No, I got no reason to lie.
At Tribal Council, the vote count was 2 to 1 to 1. 2 votes for Tom, 1 vote for Steve. And then there's a random vote for Kim. Well, when you can't hide, when there's 4 people, you cannot hide that vote. And we get back to camp and it's like, Steve, what's going on? What's going on? How can you tell me you want to build trust and then you turn around and throw a vote on me?
When we were at Tribal and you started with nobody wants to give an older female a chance, and I actually almost took offense to that because I always do. And that to me was almost like playing a card. You know what I mean?
Of course it was playing a card.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
But
and-
here's the deal. I had to speak on behalf of myself
Absolutely.
to protect my game.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
As opposed to saying an older person.
I decided to change my vote at Tribal and sort of got chewed out for doing that. But upon being questioned why I did that, I explained why, and that wasn't a satisfactory answer. I don't like being told what I'm supposed to do or answer to other people. I'm 51 years old and been self-employed for 30 years, and I don't like having a boss or a supervisor tell me what I should be doing or I'm supposed to do. I make my own decisions.
I look at Big Brother and Survivor and The Challenge and The Amazing Race, and the number of older men that compete outnumber women probably solid 20 to 1. Do you watch Big Brother at all?
Oh, sure.
Okay, great. Can you name the last woman over the age of 50 on that show?
I couldn't, but I'm not here to be quizzed.
Okay. I came in very direct with Steve. It's like, Okay, Steve, who did you vote for? I mean, you can only give one answer because if you lie about it, I already know it, right? He had the audacity to say it was because of my speech that older females in any of these reality shows really get shafted. They're always an early vote. Honey, I'm 10 years older than you already. And I hate to tell Steve, but every season of every reality show, there's always the opportunity for men to be able to make their game, make their name, be able to play it out, form alliances. Women, we just don't have that opportunity. And I don't know why, but we don't. And I'm so tired of it. And you betcha, I called him out on it.
Like you asked why I voted for
Right.
you, correct? And
But-
I told you flat out why I voted for you.
Okay, so-
I didn't say you were wrong in what you were doing. I said
So-
you sort of played that card.
Steve voted for Kim. And apparently because she talked about how older women in the game have a harder time. Apparently that was a split-second decision. I thought he was on board to vote out Tom to make it unanimous, but I feel like mom and dad are fighting and I'm caught in the middle and I don't know what to do. Then when I came up and talked to Kim for the second time, she said, hey, I feel like I need to look after Steve because Steve is older and older people,
And everyone's getting voted off. The older
well,
people.
and she was, and she told me the same thing. So I want to like caution saying she's playing a card because I think she knows. I mean, very first person we voted out, Mallory. The first person voted the game, Tracy. Like older women, and so I still trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to work with you.
I play hard and I don't give up. With being at Final 12 and me being part of that 12, going from 20 to 12, I'm really proud of myself. I'm not a camper. I'm not an outdoorsy person. I'm so hungry I could scream. I have got caffeine headaches and all of that, and sleeping on the hard ground. And at 62 years old, I'm still getting through this. I am still in the game. They have not gotten rid of me. We can start it at a grassroots level right here by showing women can do it. Older women can do it. You don't have to be 20-something and an Instagram influencer or any of that. We can do this as people with experience and life behind us that allows us to connect with our fellow players in a way they will not know for another 40 years. You want
Older
to talk?
women. Older women.
How many of them are in this game?
See, this is okay.
Okay,
That was my answer. I answered
Older
your
men,
question.
how many are in the game? Right there. That's it.
I don't disagree.
And you and I talked during the social and said we really should, at least to a certain point in the game, try and work with each other and have each other's backs. But you didn't do that for me. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Bottom line is you voted for me, period. You voted for me, you're looking to take me out, and that's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
So Ryan, before he left, he got an advantage in the game where he could choose to share it with people or not share it with people. So I'm interested to see when he comes back and he finds out what happens. Do we ask him about it? Do we wait to see if he offers it first to say what it is? I'm not sure.
So we just got back from Tribal. Kayla ended up getting voted out 3-1, and she voted for me, which is so funny because during our conversation, it just felt so fake to me. It felt so fake to me. We're both like giving each other generic, like, oh, I would love to work with you. You're a fierce competitor. Like, I want to be here with strong people. I got you. You got me. And something about it just felt so fake to me. Thank goodness she did not have an idol because, like I said, she voted for me. I felt pretty safe at both, but like even still, it just like wasn't fun. And the moment when the person gets voted out, you just like watch them go. Well, Kayla wasn't that hard because she voted for me, so I was like, girl, bye. Put some respect on my name and spell it right. See ya. Poor girl. Like, literally, it's so much easier to be my friend than to be my enemy, because if you go against me and I get any sniff of it, you're done. And she had to learn that the hard way. So hope that she enjoys the pre-jury. I'm looking forward to Ryan coming back because I just miss his energy. He's like such like a calming, soothing, funny guy. I wasn't gonna share with him that I have an idol, but now I think that it's time to build that trust because I need to know what his advantage is because I need to know what everything is. So I'm gonna do that. And then also I need to share with him that Kelly is feeling threatened by the bromance between him and Noah. And clearly they're in my core four, so she's somebody that we're gonna need to have on our radar sooner rather than later because she's already proven to be unloyal. So she's a problem that's gonna need to be dealt with sooner rather than later.
Jurassic Park is loud and not super believable. But an enjoyable experience given the circumstances.
The dinosaurs are real like that?
Nice little face wash action. Public bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Take that all day.
Dude, I got to wash my hands.
Back where I woke up this morning.
Welcome back.
Welcome
We missed
back.
you.
How's everybody doing?
How's everybody?
It has been an evening.
I can imagine.
It has been an evening.
We have a lot of things to catch up with.
Do you notice anything different coming back?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say Kayla's not here.
Kayla's not here.
So did you guys do a freaking challenge?
All three of us went to tribal.
Yeah.
All three groups, we had to vote somebody out.
So three
Three people left.
Really fun. Well, it's Adam Sandler, so you love it. It's really good. You would love it. Pixels. It's kind of about like Adam Sandler's character like is really good at video games, like in the 80s, like the arcade video games, and like now he's older and he's just like an electric. Like.
So we just got back from tribal, and I mean it went about as good as I could have hoped for it to go. Other than I did end up using my idol, and I didn't need to. I had a 65% gut feeling that I didn't need to use it, but I was like so nervous and anxious and stressed when I was sitting up there. Like my heart was beating so fast that I was just like, it's not worth it. Like, just play it, and then you can go from there.
It's in it. Not Kevin Hart.
Okay, I know.
No, Kevin James. That's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's my other favorite actor.
Yeah, so him and...
Why do you like all the worst actors ever? Adam Sandler, Kevin
I love Adam
James.
Sandler.
I like Charlie Day too. Do you think
Charlie Day.
He's like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay, I like him.
I've always said...
I am playing for the Emily Klopotic Angel Foundation, and we fundraise to provide scholarships and things like gas gift cards or other types of resources, financial resources to young adults specifically that are experiencing barriers to eating disorder recovery. After my sister passed away a few years ago, myself and several other key members of her life and our family got together and wanted to help address the issue that I think a lot of people face, but don't a lot of other people still don't realize is even out there. It's been a really difficult and bittersweet charity to start, just because when you have a foundation based on a deceased family member, I feel like that's always going to have a lot of feelings and emotions attached to it. I'm very passionate about what our foundation does.
Joey went home with the idol in his pocket, which means it's flushed back into the game. So while we have some downtime, it's time to find this thing.
Survivor is probably one of the most important things in my life. It's kind of my comfort zone. If I'm ever having like a bad day, or if I'm sad or angry or whatever, I know I can just sit down and watch Survivor and everything will be better. So coming to play Live to Give, I was super nervous because all I talk about back home is one day I'm gonna get on Survivor and I'm gonna do so good. And it was constantly in the back of my head on the way up here, like, what if I get there and I'm one of the first ones out? Like, what does that, what does that show? Because I am competing for a charity. I'm competing for Save the Children. And I'm not just competing for myself, I'm competing for all the children out there right now, United States and worldwide, that need help.
I feel like the merge is so close, and that was something that is obviously everybody's goal to make it to the merge, but it just seemed so far-fetched, especially when we first started yesterday. Like, we're so far away from the merge, and now we're like so close. So it's nuts. I feel like the game is about to get really intense because there's gonna merge, if when we do merge, like yellow, pink, and green all together for the first time. So like, it's just gonna be really interesting, the dynamics of it, and I'm really nervous about how it all shakes out and what happens. Yeah.
Oh geez, sorry.
I am back.
Tell us everything, dude.
Jurassic World.
Oh.
Super loud. So
No?
didn't get any sleep.
I'm so excited to have Ryan back here. He's really good for morale. And now we know Corinne no longer has an idol. And Ryan does have an idol. So now it's 3 greens versus 1 pink. And, you know, say there's another tribe or another challenge and we lose. It's simple vote, super easy. 3 votes Corinne, 1 vote whoever Corinne votes for, and that's it. That's all we got to do.
Movie-going experience was a little gnarly, but won't lie, the reclining seat was kind of nice to have. So we lost Chad. I was gonna say, did we actually lose Chad? He's gone.
Yeah, we know of so far. We haven't heard anything else.
Voted him out. Oh, we voted him out.
Yeah, we all had to. Oh, did you
Oh my God.
We all had to go to tribal.
go to tribal council.
I have no idea what happened.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, you
some
left.
tea to spill.
You left,
Yeah.
and Brandon just said, okay, they're
Yeah.
gone. Everyone else is going to tribal council, so
No
all
one's
3
immune.
Tribes, no one's immune. All 3 tribes had to go to individual tribal councils and vote someone
So
out.
3 people were voted out while
So-
you were at the movie.
Holy shit, are you
Yeah.
serious?
So we don't know
Yeah.
who else
So
was voted out,
Chad
though.
and 2 other people are gone now.
Yeah.
Our guest.
So last night we all were put onto the same camp due to safety concerns over the weather. We were informed that this is not a merge, but we are able to mingle. So obviously we got to see who the other people that got voted out. So we voted out Kayla, and then Tom and Chad were voted out.
Like a rain thing over your tent. It goes.
Good morning.
I think I'm the only original person from Winona tribe coming into the final 12, which gives me a good position to be in the swing vote. As the last person remaining in the original Winona tribe on day 3, I hope I can make the chaotic Winona tribe proud. I don't know, it's a miracle for me to survive the first 2 days, and I'm just gonna keep moving forward.
Hey Dinah, come on in. Chaska, come on in. Winona, come on in. You guys are getting a look at your new tribes. Kayla, Tom, and Chad are voted out at last night's tribal councils. Noah, first things first, you chose the reward, brought the Ryans on a movie date, and then you also, I guess, chose immunity at the same time. What did that feel like when you got back?
Surprise. I definitely wasn't expecting it. They said, oh yeah, someone's gone. 3 people are gone. I was like, wait, what? Then I was BS.
Well, with that being said, I want to congratulate you for surviving night 2 and making it to the official merge. Everybody, drop your buffs. We are merged.
Yes, I made it to merge. I'm so excited. And the challenge was for immunity, obviously.
Well, Minnetonka, the new Final 12 merged tribe. For the first time ever, you guys will be given a choice to either compete in Individual Immunity Challenge or the Merge Feast.
But we had the choice to take Feast if we wanted to and get food. 100% taking the food. There was no way I was going to beat those guys in a physical challenge like that. So yeah, I took the food, and best choice ever. There's coffee up there.
This Individual Immunity Challenge is called Knock It Off. In rounds, each player will enter the arena with a statue on their plate. Each player will attempt to knock the other player's statue off of their plate. This will continue until there is only one person standing. That person will win individual immunity and be guaranteed a 1 in 11 shot at winning $5,000. How this matchup will be ran, we will have the first matchup be 2, and the next 2, and then the 3. Then the winner of each of those rounds will compete in a final 3 battle or whatever.
All right, when I say go.
3, 2, 1, go. Rawr. We had a cat fight. Ooh. Oh, Karen knocks Chapman's off. Chapman's out. Do not break that pizza board. All right, next matchup, we have Corinne taking on Ryan C. First owl to knock the ground is out of the challenge. When I say go, 3, 2, 1, go. Corinne saves it. Ryan, I'd watch your owl before it falls. All right, Corinne's hits first. Ryan C. moving on to the finals. Next matchup, we have Ryan versus Brett versus Noah. 3, 2, 1, go. Brett and Noah look like they're targeting Ryan. Ooh. Brett's knocked down. Ryan's is still on. Ryan knocks Noah's off. Ryan W. moving on. All right, so for the final matchup of this game, will be Karen taking on Ryan C. and Ryan W. So it's the three of you competing. Last owl on the plate wins individual immunity. 3, 2, 1, go. Karen and Ryan C. both heading over to Ryan W. right away. Karen's falls, Ryan W's falls. Ryan C. wins first individual immunity. That was a sacrifice. All right. Well, Ryan C., congratulations on winning immunity. Which necklace do you want to wear? 41 immunity necklace. And this is the Survivor Heroes vs. Villains immunity necklace that Parvati has worn a couple times. Heroes vs. Villains? Yeah. Alrighty. Ryan.
Name the necklace.
Ryan C. is safe at this vote for the rest of you. One of you will be the next person voted out of Live to Give Back to Reality and become the third member of our jury. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
Some of the yellow squad has been starting to split off or crack a little bit. I am a little bit nervous about it because the green team seems extremely close and loyal. I think that could cause a little bit of problems.
There's Brian. Shook it off, took it down.
Yesterday I had a $10 Coke. For this round, we get welcome to merge. Great. Feels great making merge because I am one step closer to getting to the end.
So here we are at the merge. There's $5,000 on the line. I'm gonna get that big ass check for $5K down to you, the dude at the Star Studio and Children's Hospital. The merge is, of course, as everybody knows, where the real game starts, so let's have the fun begin.
I'll do it over here. When we got to the camp last night, it was totally like freshman orientation all over again. The tension is definitely in the air. Right now we have 6 yellow, 6 original yellow, 5 original mint, and 1 original pink.
This is a divided tribe.
Yeah.
I think with doing that though, like now it's like it made it really obvious.
It's gonna be a green. I think it's gonna be one of those here.
Yeah.
That's about where
And I feel like it'll be huge.
I kind of like sacrificed my owl to get Ryan W's down. I wasn't really thinking about getting the necklace. I just wanted to try and advance green in this next vote. I think by sacrificing my owl in front of everybody, it definitely, like, I feel like now it's spoken. Like, lines are crossed. Like, it is green against yellow.
we can make it seem like we want him to do like RW because time to get the guy out.
It's not time because he has an advantage.
Then we can take down one of his underlings instead, like Noah or Marquise.
So we're going to have to make sure that, you know, we keep that green core tight because, you know, going back to the beginning, we said let's get to the merge, and then once we get to the merge, you know, hopefully we have numbers, and we have 5. That's pretty good numbers.
That's need to peel off Renzo. I think he's gone. You think so? He's gone. Lost cause. Yeah.
We could still try, but I don't know if we should.
You gotta think he's voted with yellow twice now. Yellow just saved him. They voted out Kayla instead of him.
There's so much game left. I have so much left to do, And right now it's about just putting marks on my resume and building a case for the final tribal council. My strategy now that we are merged and I can talk to anybody and everybody is to take down the big guys. The big guys are going to be stopping me from winning these challenges.
Nobody wants to talk to me. I'm so used to it. I'm always an outsider. Nobody wants to talk to me. Anybody. I am extremely grateful and happy that I'm still here representing Project Pearls. It has been constantly on my... I've survived so many tribal councils, and the only thing that is moving me forward is that I will be able, there's more possibility for me to be able to help more kids in the Philippines have a better future. It might seem like I'm playing both sides. I'm most loyal to Marquise and Kelly. It has constantly what motivated me to push further and further beyond my limits. I am most loyal to them right now.
Okay. Let us know when you're ready to mingle, guys. I'm gonna start walking. I'm going this way, you go that way. I said to myself that if we had the merge feast, I'm going to do it. Unless there was legitimate gut-wrenching fears that my name was being thrown out there, that there was a huge risk and target on my back, that I would take part in that feast. Having that extra fuel is going to help my body, my mind, my spirit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mingle. Switcheroo.
What do you mean mingle?
Well, I'm just like, I want...
It's speed dating.
It is speed dating. We gotta get the most
dating.
information in a short amount of time. Initially, it was all about getting to this point, getting to the merge, getting as many of our yellow group, because we had bigger numbers, to the merge. The yellow group is going to try to continue to keep that momentum as long as possible. And one time I talked to Ryan, he's like, oh yeah, we're good. Green is solid. And I'm like, okay, well that gave me some information.
I'm getting so much closer to bringing home that $5,000 check for the Clara Lionel Foundation. There are still 5 mint and then there's 1 pink. So clearly the odds are in yellow favor.
I was looking at potentially Wendy. I think she's another, or not Wendy, Karen. Karen. There's not a Wendy.
There's no Wendy, no orange.
Another one, super sketch, is Kelly is sketchy. I trust her for right now because I think she is thinking in terms of tribe strong.
If we were to choose Noah, then like I'm just worried they're like with all their advantages or something. Yeah, it's between those two. It seems like. Okay. Would you be? Because Brett's not comfortable voting Cam, so it can't be Cam because Brett's not comfortable with that.
The plan is green strong. We're just so uncertain about Renzo. I just don't know where his head's at, but we'll see what we can do. I know Corinne seems like we seem pretty solid on her. She seems pretty solid to stick with us. Is that true? We just don't for sure know.
Because I think if we get yellow out now, and then we can try and like get a couple more out, then we can start attacking the bigger green threats.
If we get the numbers right now, we need
to eventually get out.
I've talked to some of my...
Oh my gosh, winning and the $5,000 for my charity would mean like everything to me. I mean, I feel like it was so surreal before I actually got here.
Ryan shook me this
Ryan,
morning.
he was like, oh, we're very strong.
Yeah. I mean, well, we all really like each other, but it's important, like we just had really easy votes. And so we haven't been tested like that as a group at all.
Okay,
like we voted out Mallory unanimously, we voted out Steve unanimously, and a split. So I kind of angled it by saying, optically it would look good for your alliance here to pick off a yellow, because then it makes Mint, and I made it seem like Mint is, all worried, and which they are, but I'm, playing both sides again.
Okay, Steve, that's just always going to be a decoy name. That's perfect.
Yeah. So are you guys both thinking Corinne then?
I'm open, but
for me, that's the name.
That's the most makes sense right now, because like the mere fact that Karen, her name is like she said, she trusts Corinne the most.
Who said
Karen.
Karen.
My other person would be Miss Corinne, and I know that that is a scary name to put out there because she was part of the original yellow. It felt more like she had found a real comfort being with a majority of green players. I do think I'm going to vote for Corinne.
I want Steve out for that bullshit move, right? Does not mean I want Steve out first.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a resume already building, so I may have to be villainous. I just need to make sure that they don't know I'm the reason they're losing. I would just say, you know, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
Kim 4 years ago would have been like, he wrote my name down, I'm going for his throat. Kim today is like, you know what, he wrote my name down, take notes. You know, I'm an elephant, I'm not going to forget. Steve, even though I don't trust him, I don't think is necessarily a good vote this early. Corinne, I think, could compete hard when she wants to. We've already seen her do it. Same thing with Kelly.
Will you come chat with me, Renzo?
So, yeah, no, that was... Yeah, I have no idea who it is.
Because Kelly asked me, we had talked about Corinne. We had talked about Corinne, and I said we spoke, and
yeah.
So, green versus yellow. Edina versus Chaska. I'm always the odd man out, which I'm used to, and just in general life, I'm sort of a loner. I know Kim has got it most out for me, I'll say that. Kim is definitely my number one gunner coming after me. This may be my exit to jury.
I heard your name initially, and who was it that was...
Because I'm not aligned with anyone. You know, that's the whole thing.
Do I think Steve will come for me? Absolutely. Do I think he'll come for me with 12 people in the game right now? No. I think he'll wait a couple rounds. Part of my strategy is to break up these duos, because I know that if I broke up Renzo and Kelly, that the odds are pretty good. I could get Renzo with me, or I could get Kelly with me. I think Renzo's an island, and he can be bought.
If you like really confide in him and like show him some trust, he will be loyal to you to the soil. Like,
but be careful. Keep an eye on things, because he and Kelly are a duo. Look, they're over there right now. No, Scott and Steve's over there. But he and Kelly are totally a duo. I am playing more strategic as opposed to emotional. I will play the weak, hobbled person right now and let them drag me to the end. And then I'll kick their ass, because I've already got 3 moves on my resume right now.
They know the wild cards. I'm just looking to go.
Okay, so would I do Kelly? Yeah, I think I would.
People could be telling you anything and then telling the next person something totally different. All I can do is have faith in the people that I've been working with, and I think that I'm a really good judge of character. So far, all of the moves I've made have been based on my instincts.
But I'd rather try and solidify our set.
Yeah.
But I think Renzo's like the huge swing. Yeah. It's all going to come down to who he votes for. But if he's given wrong names from both tribes, then it's going to be a wash still. Yeah.
I'm concerned right now that the perception is that I'm really wishy-washy and will go anywhere, which honestly has been kind of true so far. So that's fair. Really hoping for the best, preparing for the worst.
Who are you like closest with so far?
Well, so this was because it kind of like we had like a messenger coming back and forth between us. It was like Keith and Noah, for sure, my 2 closest right now.
Oh, Marquise,
yeah. And I didn't get to talk to you as much, but like basically like the quartet that we got working on right there. Yeah. At least from what I've been hearing, some of the Yellow Squad has been starting to split off or crack a little bit. And so I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I'm surprised at the timing more so than that actually happening. And then just figuring out how to actually strategize.
I'm gonna talk to some other people and like see kind of where people's heads are at. But I think, I don't know. I'm just scrambling, but I want to like stay with. I trust like. So I think that there's a couple people that I feel really good about and I really trust that I think will vote that same way. And I'm just trusting and hoping that that's going to be enough.
No, it's just. I wonder if I would have got the immunity. Actually, it doesn't matter now. But you know what I mean? Because like, if I would have won the challenge, if I would have been able to keep that card.
I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying?
I
don't think so.
It said, like, try, that you're
It said attending.
Oh, then I bet it still would have.
I did hear Corinne's name. I have a an advantage that I have to play at this round. So if that was a thing, I'd got to figure out who actually said that so I could try to block her vote. That's my advantage, or block their vote so she doesn't get voted on. Before anybody votes, I get to say that I have something to say and pick one person there who doesn't get to vote.
So I would do it. I would use it, yeah. I don't know, whoever you want to use it on, I think, at this point, if everyone goes to the corner, you could block anyone's vote.
Yeah, that's what I was...
you could block mine.
Yeah, so it's kind of, just kind of like, if it goes that way, it's kind of a...
Yeah, if you're getting no on it,
time to use it.
If you're looking to get no on it, just block mine. That's fine.
I heard that my name and Ryan's name was being thrown around as a bromance. Ryan got a advantage during the auction, which gives him a block, so he can block someone's vote, but it expires after this tribal. And so I pretty much told him, people know you have it. Like, you just use it. Like, it's a threat now. Use it, and like, if you need to block someone, you can block me. No blood. Like, it'll be fine.
We're gonna be seeing the big targets. Keeping big targets together. Like, we're all gonna be seeing the big targets.
Oh, so she literally... Oh, I was gonna ask you about that. Like, she literally brought up our names too.
Yeah, yesterday we were deliberating. She was like, I know we want to see yellow phone, but I feel like I would be at the bottom of that. Like, I trust you, but I want to trust you. I'm just happy we're in the same tribe. Like, together. I feel really protected, and I know people are like, oh, you take the easy way out just by sticking with your colors, and it's like, yeah, you would complain about that too if you didn't have the numbers, so I don't give a damn if it looks easy. It's not easy voting anyone out.
Every single tribe leader needs to make sure that nobody is talking anymore.
That's not good.
Minnetonka, come on in. Welcome to your first tribal council as the merged tribe. Still smiling, Steve. I'll now bring the members of our jury, Tyann and Chad, both who received a small incentive for fundraising, which was an automatic spot on the jury, no matter placement in the event. So they have officially started our jury, and one of you will be joining them very shortly. Again, first things first, Ryan C., congratulations on individual immunity. What was that feeling like having it kind of last round to come and having it again? Did it give you some extra time to like at least assess a new huge group?
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't know I had it last round until I got back to camp and realized it was one last flashlight, and it was kind of like, what the hell happened here? And so it kind of came as a surprise to me, a welcome surprise, and then the $25 bonus to charity on top of that is just an added perk beyond that. And you know, it's fashionable, so it's a whole aesthetic, as the kids say.
And Noah, this whole round kind of did come to emerge. You brought Ryan C. and Ryan W. on that reward challenge. And immunity challenge. Did that change any of your game coming back, or did who went home, I guess, really not have any effect on it moving forward?
I think it changed in the fact that I think we would all agree we're gone for 3 hours. We don't know what's happening for 3 hours. We might have the comfort of going to a movie, but 3 hours in this game is a lot of time to be away from. So you have that worry, and you're just trying to figure out what happened and figure out where to go from there.
And so Kim, Noah obviously has to do with that. Ryan C gets immunity, and then you get the option to feast or compete in the challenge. Why did you choose to feast?
You know, physically I knew, with the way you had a ring set up, I knew it had to be either something physical or something endurance, and I knew that that was not something that I might be able to compete in it, but I'm not going to win that, especially against this group of people. So trading in a Chick-fil-A sandwich and nothing but cakes with the awesome frosting they have, and oh my God, 4 cups of coffee in 15 minutes. I am ready to go today, so it was worth every minute of it.
Oh, you were Kelly yesterday after her gummy worms. Yes. Renzo, there is obviously a part of a strategic element to that. During that feast, was there any conversations that were happening at that table that were strategic, or were people just simply like eating feast food?
The only strategy I had during the feast is to drink as much coffee as I can, to be honest. Food is a big resource here. We're all running out of fumes, and we cannot operate at our most efficient mind without energy in us. So for others, it might seem like we're not competitive or sitting out the challenge, but I mean, I will never be able to compete in that thing with my cast. And I figured out, like coming into the challenge, that there's this recognizable shape. I remember this from a past season of Live to Give. I know that this is gonna be the thing, and I cannot use my cast with that. So of course, I'm gonna choose food, and I'm also thinking of the long run strategy.
Yeah, so then you guys get back to camp. There's obviously even strategy off the jump. Getting fuel in your system with food is a huge strategy, especially if you're not Ryan C. Chapman, what did you do when you got back to camp with the new tribe of 12? What did it look like? Was there scrambling, or did you kind of do this whole we love each other in a circle energy like it's been for 3 days?
There was lots of scrambling now. We're 3 different tribes that are all combined into one, so everyone was talking to each other. And for me, personally, this vote is less about the vibes now and more about who's going to affect my chances of getting to the end.
And Marquise, how do you assess that effect? Does that mean physical, mental threat, social threat? Like what types of threats need to go at a round like this at Final 12?
So it's a little bit of everything, and I think everyone kind of has a different perspective on what they prioritize as a threat. It could be someone who's going to be good in competition. It could be someone who you may think will or won't be loyal to you. So I think the challenge with today was coming together and kind of trying to find a balance between all of the different priorities that we all have to come to a decision. To be honest, I don't know who here could say that they feel 100% safe other than Ryan, because there just was a lot going on and a lot of different minds, a lot of different cooks in the kitchen. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this shakes out today.
So Karen, I guess my next question is segueing off of that. For a tribal like this and a tribe of 12, was there kind of an establishment or trying to find a majority for a vote like this? Or was it more or less like a voting block for this round of people to get to a top 11?
I think there's definitely like strategy behind it. I think this vote really tell kind of where loyalties lie. I think there's a few like wild cards out there. I don't honestly have any idea where this vote is like going. What? I don't know. I just gotta go with my gut and like base my vote off the conversations I had, but I do think that's kind of where everyone is at this point. I don't think it's just a block though. I do think that there's more to it than that.
So Brett, with the kind of wild cards obviously in play, is that kind of, have you guys been seeing people like as swing votes for potential? Are you seeing people playing both sides, or is a wild card just like, I don't know what this person is capable of or what they're gonna do?
Brandon, in some ways I feel like we all can be wild cards. I think there's been this perception that we're coming in and it's original tribe strong, but I think it's much more gray than that. I don't think it's that black and white. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm a wild card, maybe everyone else here is a wild card, but we're gonna find out where the votes fall, and I just have to rely on trust again like I've been doing so far this game.
And Steve, at this point it's an individual game, but you do need people and you do need a resume as well to get to the end. How do you assess how to kind of mesh those together?
Boy, that's hard. You don't know where, being it's going into an individual competition here, you don't know where loyalty lies, or, it's, I don't know, it's a tough one. You got, again, trying to think 2 steps ahead and we'll see what cards lay.
And Ryan W., at this point in the game, there's a bunch of different threats to assess. There is physical threats, there are social threats, there are strategic threats. So at what point do you assess when's the time to get this type of threat out and when's the time to keep this type of threat?
I'd say as early as possible, to be honest with you. I'm pretty competitive and I want to win, so if I see something that is going to help me do that, I'm going to do it. And I'm sure everybody else here would say the same, because they're all fighting for a charity too, and you all want to win.
So Kelly, obviously now that you're individual, I mean, it was easy in a group concept because you guys have to kind of like work together in order to even get for that charity. Now you're all literally one person. What does that kind of change coming into a group of 12 by yourself now for your charity without being in a clumped group to get to a next round?
Yeah, I think for me personally, it's a combination of clicking my brain in, but also turning it off. Because I'm gonna get emotional if I get talked too deep in this again, because that's just how I roll. But that trust word is so huge, and I know we talk about the game, it's for charity, we all know what we signed up for, blah, 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 blah. But we're also human, and so if I am looking somebody in the eye, see, here I go. If I'm looking someone in the eye, whether it's me telling them, trust me, trust me, trust me, and I know that in order for my charity to win, that word is not bond.
or they're saying it to me and I'm saying, yes, I'm safe. Feeling safe with somebody on a primal instinct as a human is huge. So that's the part of my brain that I'm working really hard to turn off. Obviously it isn't off all the way just yet. And also tuning into like, yeah, where's everybody at? What is their strategy to get their charity to the end?
And Corinne, I mean, Kelly has made a good point of this multiple times as well as all of you have. There is this competitiveness in every single one of you that wants to be here, and then you step back quick and you're like, oh, this is all for charity. But like she also said, at the end of the day, only one of your charities is getting $5,000. And yes, it is all for charity. Everything you guys are doing is, but $5,000 is a lot different than not, right? So how do you balance that emotion while you're making a move? Do you hope someone is like, oh, I know you're competitive and you like will understand that I'm voting you out? Or just explain, I guess, the complexity of that.
So, can you ask that again? I'm sorry.
I'm more or less saying, like, as you're voting people out of this game, are you hoping when you're voting them out that realizing everyone's competitive, they'll understand it as a move for your charity?
Gotcha. Okay, sorry. Every time you say my name, I black out. So, yeah, I think it's hard, right? Because I'm sure everybody's charity is personal to them in one way or another, to varying extents. But I mean, we're all here and we're all passionate about this, obviously. So, I think it's hard because when you get voted out, you lose that money for your charity, and so that's obviously not something that you want. But at the same time, like, everybody here is doing this for a charity, and so you know that it's going to a good place to some extent. So I think everybody should, and does so far, have a pretty positive attitude about, you know, whatever happens.
I think that's the perfect way to end the tribal. Yes.
I guess I'm saying. So I'm going to use my advantage right now. First ever Live to Give block a vote challenge.
Okay.
All right, cool. Tough decision, not who I thought I was going to be using it on, but I'm going to use it on Kelly.
This is a block a vote advantage, and Ryan W. has used this on Kelly, which means, Kelly, you will not be voting at this tribal council. Okay? All right. We will get to a vote. Noah, you're up.
This is a tough one.
Just because my options are limited.
Am I allowed to say fuck me? Okay. Fuck me. Oh my god, this is the worst. My stomach hurts, and my head hurts, everything hurts. I hope it's you and not me. I don't have a great feeling. We'll see.
Right now, I'm sorry it'd be you.
if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, I'll read the votes. First vote, Kelly. That's 1 vote, Kelly. Corinne. That's 1 vote, Kelly. 1 vote, Corinne. Kelly. That's 2 votes, Kelly. 1 vote, Corinne. Kelly. That's 3 votes, Kelly. 1 vote, Corinne. Corinne. That's 3 votes, Kelly. 2 votes, Corinne. Corinne, we're tied. 3 votes, Kelly. 3 votes, Corinne. Kelly, that's 4 votes, Kelly. 3 votes, Corinne. Kelly, that's 5 votes, Kelly. 3 votes, Corinne. The next person to vote off of Live to Give Back to Reality, the 3rd member of our jury. Kelly, can you bring me your torch? Kelly? Wow, she gave you s'mores, you gave her a blind side. Not so nice. Grab your stuff, head on back to camp.
Oof, how am I feeling? A lot of things. Definitely was not expecting this going into this vote. I knew based on the players in this game that the chances of me getting all the way to the end was going to be really tough. But first one into the merge, that's a tough one. And to be blocked by somebody who was on your original team, I think that hurt the most. So I'm not mad, but it's gonna take a minute. And that's gonna make me more emotional too, is my charity is the Bridge for Youth. They serve people ages 10 to 22 who are experiencing homelessness, who need basic needs and a variety of different resources. I think people don't realize that in the state of Minnesota, and I've said this in other interview parts, but they say 6,000 youth, 6,000 people are experiencing homelessness every single night just in the state of Minnesota. You may not see them on the corner holding up signs, but they're there. And so we need programs, we need agencies like the Bridge for Youth to help support them. Maybe it's through reunification, maybe they just need one safe spot for that night, but they do amazing work, and so I'm really happy to be representing them here. I know that I raised some money for them, so I'm really excited to be able to give that to them, and yeah, it makes me really happy. I learned from this experience that this type of game is really hard for me. It's hard to put on that face of like I'm gonna be manipulative or I'm gonna play with your emotions, because that's something that is part of who makes Kelly Kelly, and I know for the sake of the game a bigger part of that would have had to be turned off, and I don't know if I have the capacity to do that. So really, and I'm not saying that if you can that's a bad thing, but I hope for the sake of players and who gets to the end that they feel really good with the choices and the decisions they made by the time they get to the end. Live to Give has made an impact on me in a lot of ways. I always thought of myself as like, you're outdoorsy, like you go solo camping, solo hiking, like you can handle it, like no big deal. I tell you what, sleeping with a tent versus on the ground out in the elements, night and day.
night and day. So that alone has made an impact. B, I think it's just really, it's invigorating seeing a group of people who are complete strangers that are all here to have fun, but are here ultimately for charity. Because you can do competitions, you can do, you know, events anywhere that you want to kind of get that adrenaline pump, but we're here to raise money for our charities. And so I think it's so cool that we have that in our backyard here in Minnesota. I just want to say thank you to everybody who supported me. I want to say thank you to the agency that I work for, because I currently work for people who are experiencing imminent risk of homelessness. So my coworkers, covering my clients, making sure that they're taken care of, that they're supported while I'm away. Thank to my friends, my family, everybody who has been encouraging me to go and participate in something like this. And a big thank you to the rest of the castmates here. I know every single one of them is going to take something away from this experience, and it wouldn't have been the same if it hadn't been our group together. So thank you to everybody.